watching you. You have to remember.
I saw someone down there. He wasn't human.
He's a known terrorist, and he's killed again.
They didn't just kill them. They hacked into their minds.
He's everywhere and nowhere.
I will find him. And I will kill him.
You never talk about your past.
I don't remember much. Just fragments.
There was an attack. You were dying. We saved you. And now you save others.
Hey guys, welcome back. Absolutely Understood. Andrew Ramirez.
Marcus Nartates.
And this week we are here with a new review. This one for the highly anticipated adaptation of the original 1995 movie Ghost in the Shell.
That was a long-winded one.
Yeah. Starring Scarlett Johansson, directed by Rupert Sanders. I'm just gonna keep naming people. So this was a movie that
You
came
had
out.
me at Scarlett Johansson.
There you go. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. So this movie, has a lot going for it. It is the first real adaptation of an anime besides Dragon Ball Evolution that we won't talk about. So what you think?
I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was good enough to warrant either a sequel or or kind of see if another franchise, anime franchise, either a strictly movie anime franchise or a show franchise can do it. I think the technology is there.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, this was stunning. The effects, how beautiful it was.
Yep.
It absolutely looked beautiful. It is an anime movie, and I find anime movies enjoyable. But I do realize that sometimes they are a lot of it's like show.
Yeah.
Right. And so you'll have a lot of scenes where people are just floating.
Yeah, it's a lot of style over substance sometimes.
Yeah, there is substance. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't substance, but you have to be okay with just sitting back and taking in the beauty of it.
Absolutely.
Of someone floating in the water, not moving, or someone diving off a building, as we saw in the trailer.
Yeah, no, this movie was definitely visually stunning. I mean, there's things in this movie that looked insane. I like the mesh of old, Asian, in the gate with the geisha but infused with future technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had a lot of that.
It felt old and new, so I did like those visual cues in it.
And it did. We talked about this a little bit, but it did throw me off at first. This isn't really a spoiler. Again, all our reviews are spoiler free. But the cars and the trucks and the garbage truck. There's a garbage truck scene.
Yeah.
They are. You can go outside and see those things because they have not been updated.
Yeah.
They are the ones that they. At first, I was like, it's so weird. This is such a futuristic world and blah blah blah. But they didn't update the cars. There's no flying cars. There's no flying cars. And then I kind of stepped back and rethought about it, and I liked the fact that it almost seems like this world isn't too far away because of that, because they added those elements in there, that there were visual cues that I recognize that. There's a lot of movies I was thinking Bruce Willis movie. One of my favorite movies. No. Fifth Element. Wow, that was a total brain fart because I do love that movie. The Fifth Element was I loved it, but there was no visual cues. Everything was new.
Yeah.
That was the future.
Exactly.
Whereas this one was kind of there were things like that, like the cars and a few other things that it didn't seem like it was the future, but this could be 10 years from now.
Well, I hope it's not 10 years from now.
Yeah,
'cause-
the Angel does not like AI.
Yeah.
This is more of a horror film. for
Yeah,
you.
you know, just the concept of us building our own demise. I'm not going to get into it now, but this movie, it was visually beautiful. I thought the villain in this movie was super cool. Visually super cool.
He looked like an anime character.
Yeah, and the voice that they chose to go with, it was super different and stuff that you've heard before, because like dealing with technology like we do in our everyday lives, it sounded like a Siri or something talking to you. So I like that.
And there's like, you know, there's a lot of social commentary in this. I felt, at least, you know, with Japanese films or anime films, especially like this and Appleseed, it kind of meshes in the ideas of humans interacting with AI or becoming AI.
Yeah.
And kind of how cool that is. We kind of think, like me as a big geek, do I want eyes that I can see through walls and things like that? Sure, but there's negative aspects to it. There, you know, you do maybe lose
A piece of
piece
yourself.
of humanity every time you do something like that. So this kind of makes you think about that, along with some other things, and I think it did a really good job about that. And I didn't expect that it wouldn't, because I know the original film was a beautiful film, and it's an animated film, and it kind of dealt along with that, and it's a huge success. So
Yeah. So let's just head over to the negatives. I'm going to start this one off. I think visually it was amazing, like we've said, and it was like, you know, a lot of people were saying it was going to be like The Matrix. I felt that visually, that The Matrix, but one thing it didn't have that The Matrix had, the fight scenes were a little
yeah, the fight scenes, it was you know,
Iron Fist level.
It was Iron Fist level. Maybe not that bad, but it was weird, because I felt like, you know, she's been in other action movies before and can hold her own. A lot of it was just basic moves, and then what wasn't was, like, a lot of times she was invisible.
Yeah.
And it was just some guy flipping
Unfair
around
advantage.
and
Super unfair advantage.
and so
And a lot
it
of
was
just regular shooting.
and things like that. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna kind of go off of yours about the fighting. About my negative is that I didn't feel like she had any type of advantage over anybody, really.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't seem overly strong, because everybody was kind of self-enhanced, the people that they were fighting. So that was kind of understandable. But even her thinking and things like that. We kind of did talk about that last night, and I kind of came around to that as a negative. You thought it was a negative at first, but like she didn't seem that much more intelligent than some of the people.
Yeah, like,
she was more intelligent than like the geishas and stuff like that.
Yeah. But just something that would have been like showing her processing things way faster than somebody else would. You know what I mean? That would have been.
She does things that nobody can do, definitely, in the movie. But there's people that are like her that are becoming invisible and things like that. Not as fluidly as her, but it does happen. So,
a bold prediction. I think this her suit in this is like, it reminded me of like Kate Beckinsale in Underworld. You know what I mean? Just that classic suit, but it's just
I didn't
instead of black.
I didn't know that was a suit. I thought that was her body from the pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, that's just a suit. If you've seen the 5-minute trailer or what it was, leak. Now I think that was a beautiful piece of marketing.
Yeah, and I think it was great just because, like, if you see by the trailers, it wasn't enough. It was just a lot of flash, and you didn't really understand what you were getting into. But that 5 minutes of that one scene helped you get into the world. I know it helped me prepare for the movie a lot better. I think I liked it a lot more because they released that, and I knew what I was getting into beforehand.
Okay.
So, other negatives, I think there were like 2 scenes that really had like good acting for me, like just acting that like I could take home and be like, that was a really good scene. One was with another character that really is only in one scene, but that one was probably my favorite.
Toward the last third of the movie.
Yeah, and then that other scene, I know it's spoiler free, so we're trying to tread lightly, but that other scene towards the end, the revelation type scene, I thought that was acted very well too. But other than that, there wasn't anything super standoutish. I liked her second in command, the sergeant.
Yeah,
liked
I
him.
will say that, yes, I agree with what you're saying, but I think for the first two chapters, or the two scenes, not two scenes, the two, what's the word I'm looking for, chapters?
Acts.
Acts. Oh my god. The first two acts, I think she was still very much more robot than human. And I think it's her struggle with that realizing that she's more than what she's been told that what she was.
Yeah.
But I won't go into the spoilers about that. And I know maybe some of you are out there and saying, "Oh, one of the big negatives is the whole always with this type of film. There's a whitewashing kind of argument that's going on." Quickly on that,
They handle it. For the people that are concerned about it, they
do a
explain
good-
it in story, and they do a very good job of it.
yeah, it doesn't take away. It doesn't take away from it. I understand the complaints about it, but there is a reasoning, of why she can be a Caucasian figure.
Yeah, exactly. We're not gonna say, but they do address it, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
done pretty well. So what's your score? Overall thoughts, score.
I mean, am I gonna go watch it again like I did Logan, or Arrival? I mean, the last two. That's the last two ones I've watched. I know that was last season, but the last two ones I watched 2 times more than once in theaters. No. So that kind of tells me I'm going to be somewhere in the 7 range on this one.
Yep.
It's great. I will watch it again once it comes out. But it's it's a good, you can watch it at home. But watch it once in the theaters just for the pure awe. Maybe like an IMAX or I actually. The only way I would go back and see this would be in 3D.
Yeah.
I think it may be a really cool 3D movie. I'm not too into 3D, but this one may merit it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go a little lower. I liked it. I liked a lot of things about this movie. It was beautiful. Definitely go see it in IMAX 3D, whatever you can. The best screen available to you if you are going to see it. If you're a fan of the original, I think you're really gonna like it.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Beauty and the Beast type thing.
The pacing is different.
Yeah.
I felt like the pacing is different, but it's very much like if you have watched anime movies before, it was very similar pacing.
Yeah. So, that, and then just the acting nothing really grabbed me and made me super invested in it. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. But it's a 6.5 saying you should go see it if you see the trailers and it's something that interests you, because I think there's a lot to be taken from it.
Yeah,
Positively.
Yeah, it's a good film. Go see it.
Yeah, 2017 off to a hot start with all these movies. So that's gonna do it for this review. As always, you can find me at The Great Rambino.
Marcus F. Nartatez.
You can follow us, like, comment, subscribe. Please do all that good stuff at Absolutely Under on all these social media sites. And in case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Thanks for watching.